Morning from the tidal basin, just down from the White House. We've got Marine One inbound, about 20-30 minutes. We're gonna walk over towards the White House, catch that. Then, I don't know what we're gonna do the rest of the day. Maybe get something to eat. Maybe go up to the Senate, they're doing something. So my, how many people does it take to change a light bulb question, which was 3 the other day. It also takes them about a week to do it. They're still out here working on these light bulbs. So the Ellipse is still open. They're still letting people out on the Ellipse. I imagine that's going to change shortly. The helicopter is only about 20-30 minutes away. We've got spotters up on the Department of Commerce roof. They're looking at me, looking at them. Spotters up on the White House roof as well, looking at me, looking at them. And I'm going to go get a drink. I'm thirsty. Foam truck is out already. They're throwing people out of the park. Got the dogs checking the cars. We still about 30 minutes to wait. I'm gonna get a drink. Park Police Eagle has arrived.
You're the best. Thank you.
So they're gonna open it to the park?
Yeah, the park will be open after the helicopters depart. Because the Secret Service moved their vehicles in our way, I had to move my camera, and I didn't get it focused quickly enough. But I've slowed this down and cut out some of the bumpy frames so you can kind of see something here. That might have been him.
Yep.
So I think we were able to capture him with the lens today. It was kind of a blur, but it had that tall old man gait that he has, the way he kind of walks. I'm starting to recognize his gait. Anyway, had a lot of tourists. It was nice meeting you guys. I hope you enjoyed the little video I shared with you by airdrop. And now let's go on and see what else is going on in DC today. So right here, this little turn right there, that's the Central Intelligence Agency. You can't go up there. I mean, you go up there, there's a big gate and they yell at you. But that's how you get to the CIA, off the George Washington Memorial Parkway. Hey guys, I thought I've shown you the White House, I've shown you the Capitol. Let's go try to find something else interesting to see. Of course, we can still go by the White House, we can still go by the Capitol, but let's just see if we can find something else that's cool. It's only when you get on a bicycle that you realize which roads are actually uphill and which roads are actually downhill. Surprisingly, it always seems there are more uphills than there are downhills. And they just mowed the grass, that's nice. This is the backup landing zone they used when the White House South Lawn is fouled due to construction or some event. But we haven't seen a landing here in a couple months. Doesn't mean it won't happen again, just in a couple months. Oh, that's interesting. They got up a little construction screen. God, they are still working pretty hard. Lots of construction equipment over there, making a big old hole. We have some fire trucks. Looks like the JW Marriott, that's the brown brick building over there. It has got a fire alarm or something. That over there is the Willard Hotel. That's a very posh, famous hotel in the DC area. There's actually a plaque outside. That is where leaders of the Confederacy and the Union met in the final days before the war in an attempt to stop the war. Needless to say, it didn't work, but they did try. They did try to stop the bloodshed that was about to become. Just didn't succeed. So over there we've got, it's just a medical call, fire truck and ambulance. Oh, it's engine 16. I can show you that. I've pointed it out before, but engine 16 is the first due at the White House. If there is ever a fire or other medical or any other emergency, engine 16, just located up the road, is first due to the White House. And because of that special plaque, they have the presidential seal in the back right corner of that engine. Now you've seen the presidential seal as well on the foam units, foam unit 2 that I filmed earlier today for Marine 1. Those are fire trucks that service the president and the White House. Okay, where are we at? F. This is one of those uphills. This is an old fire department call box. These have been repurposed as art things. This is Julia Ward Howe. I think she did the battle hymn of the Republic. But all the old fire and police call boxes around the city have been turned over to local artists who work in history of the area. In fact, I think there's another one just down here. Yeah, down here, we've got the parking police on segways. But down here is another call box, British Spare Rhodes Tavern. This police call box has been decorated to remember Rhodes Tavern, which was a pub or tavern that the British refused to burn down when they invaded Washington, D.C. I mean, it is hard to believe British soldiers would burn a pub. But Rhodes Tavern was memorialized there. That's the Old Ebbitt Grill. That is the oldest restaurant in Washington, I think. It's been around over 140 years. Not in that location, but in the DC area for over a century. Let's cut in here. So, Pennsylvania Avenue is still being renovated, resurfaced. They got about another inch or two to go, it looks like. But maybe they're going to do that last. You can see all the manhole covers are still somewhat exposed. So they got to put one more top coat down. Let's go around these people. police chatting with people, park denizens, of which there are many.
Remember the first time you picked up that? Check that for what you got now. Whatever you got left, keep it in your mind. That's the final number.
I know, yeah. Right, like maybe in isolation.
Pretty normal looking. Same old protesters.
That may have impacted the outcome of the election in multiple states, including the state of Georgia. The next paragraph of the letter is going to be linking to the moon-bat Rudy Giuliani fake hearing in Georgia.
All right.
That was so bonkers, it ultimately contributed to Rudy Giuliani having his license to practice law suspended.
They're making fun of Rudy Giuliani right now, protesters. So we have these barriers, those barriers, other barriers, and police officers with weapons. But they do have to put up a sign that says do not enter because it might not be clear from your surroundings that they don't want you to go into the street. All right, let's go around Jackson Place, which is still in a state of being repaired. So here again is another police call box decorated with the White House painted, as we are just a block or two away from the White House right here. Sneak behind the World Bank. This is the World Bank building and the IMF, the International Monetary Fund. They actually take up a lot of these buildings. This is their headquarters, their showpiece building, but they have offices all around in various different buildings down here. Bike rack. All right, I admit the electric bikes are just much more fun than the pedal-powered bikes. Pedal-powered bikes get you where you want to go, but the electric bikes, just a few pedal strokes and you go half a block. It's much more enjoyable. There's the American Red Cross headquarters. It's not like you give blood there or anything. It's more just a ceremonial executive offices. They have field offices that do the actual day-to-day work. And then this is the Daughters of the American Revolution. This is their headquarters. And their Continental Hall, which is a big concert hall. Organization of the American States, which always looks like it's closed. I don't know when they meet, when they have sessions, or who even attends. So guys, it's about 95 degrees. That's like 35 Celsius. It's pretty humid. We've got these clouds coming in, but we're not exactly sure if it's going to rain here. It's raining in different parts of the DC area. The White House is down that way. Lincoln Memorial's down this way. Let's go to the Lincoln Memorial. Let's just go putz around somewhere. Where can we go? We could go over there. Yeah, we could do that. I'd say the reason back here is it's just so nice. The problem is I'm under a bunch of oak trees. And as you saw from my community post, DC's got a problem right now with oak mites. Oak mites are these nearly invisible bugs, super tiny, that feed on the carcasses of cicadas. And they're flipping everywhere. And when they can't find any cicada carcasses, well, then they eat human flesh. And I've been bit probably 3 or 4 times. And I swear to God, it's like the worst mosquito bite you've ever had going on for 3 days, at least. On your left, excuse me. So these oak mites, these ugly little bugs, have been just terrorizing people here in Washington, D.C. It's not much fun. Not much fun at all. Oh, these are geese. Geese are just, you know, ducks will get out of your way, but geese, they're just like, yeah, this is my sidewalk. There are many like it, but this one is mine. Yep, see this guy? Look at this guy. He's just like, yeah, it's mine. There we go, get out of the way. See, the ducks get out of the way. They're just like, I'm not getting around, this guy's nuts. I've seen his YouTube videos. But the geese, they don't care. At the end of the day, I actually notice a lot of people like to come to the Lincoln Memorial and just relax. The marble is really cool. The sun is going down behind the memorial, so it's a lot cooler on this side. And people just sort of hang out there and just watch the sunset over the monuments, which is rather beautiful. It's kind of a popular hangout, not just for tourists. There's some like government types who sometimes just come out here at the end of a hard day and reconnect with the city. Let's show you. Yeah, it's kind of pretty. So guys, at the Lincoln Memorial, just gonna chill out for a bit, take a look at the sights. Then we'll get back on the bike and head back to the White House. That's where I parked my car. Can you see the typo? If you know where to look, the word future was misspelled with an E instead of an F, and they had to fill it in. So there's a typo there. And there's some graffiti over here. Here it is. One of the men carved his initials, something BG, carved right into the stone. One of the masons. Here is the Vietnam Veterans Memorial. It was rather controversial when it was put up. A lot of people didn't like the design. They insisted on a more traditional memorial, which is why they added these soldiers here as a more traditional monument. But many of the veterans have come to really respect the design here. And it's a very special place for many veterans. After they put up the statue of those three soldiers looking over their fallen comrades, they added a second statue back over here in tribute to the women who served in Vietnam, many of them as combat nurses trying to save lives. And this is the memorial for those who served as medics and nurses and doctors in Vietnam, the women in the war. Too many tourists that way. Let's go this way. This area of the park, there's a little pond over here for the signers of the Declaration of Independence. But honestly, this area of the National Mall is rather underutilized. I kind of suspect that if they ever build another museum, the architects will be eyeing this piece of property because not a lot of people come down to this duck pond. The duck pond often algaes over with green goo like it is right now. It's not really as popular as, say, the reflecting pool, just to my right. Oh, this is called Constitution Gardens, I think it is. Oh, somebody's fishing pole is there. So yeah, this isn't as popular as the reflecting pool, but it is quite tranquil and peaceful. I come out here sometimes just to chill out. Now, if you look at photos of Washington, D.C. during World War II, this was actually a military housing and military office space. FDR knew that he was going to create a lot of agencies to help fight World War II. And if those agencies had nice, big buildings, there'd be a lot of pressure for those agencies to become permanent. He did know that about government. So what he did is he built these crappy little offices right on the National Mall, knowing full well that after the war, the demand to tear down those structures and thus tear down those agencies would be pretty strong. Well, that was a pretty quick ride back to my car. I forgot I had parked this close.